Welcome to video lesson 11.7 on solving rational equations. A rational equation is just an equation that contains rational expressions. Okay. One way that we can use to solve rational equations is to use the cross products property. And we're going to want to use this method if each side of a rational equation has just one rational expression. If there's more than one rational expression on each side, or even on just one of the sides, then we're not going to use this method. Okay. So to do this, cross products, we'd have 5 times x minus 4, the product across, okay, and that's going to be equal to 4 times x plus 4, the other cross product. Then we'll use the distributive property to simplify this. Okay. 4 times x is x, plus 4 times 4 is 16. Now we want to get the x's on one side. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 4x from each side. Okay, and we're left with x minus 20 equals 16. Now I'm going to add 20 to each side, and I get x equals 36. And that would be the solution to this rational equation. Okay, now over here again, we're going to use the cross products. Okay, so we have 5 times 7 equals y minus 2 times y. Okay, so 35 equals y squared minus 2y. And then we're going to want to subtract 35 from each side, so we get 0 equals y squared minus 2y minus 35, and we're going to want to factor that. Okay, so 0 equals y minus 7 and y plus 5. Because remember, negative 7 times 5 would be negative 35, and negative 7 plus 5 is negative 2. Now we need to solve each one of those parts. So we'll have y minus 7 equals 0, and y plus 5 equals 0. And when we solve that, we'll add 7 to each side, so we get y equals 7, and y equals negative 5. All right, so those are our two solutions. Okay. Okay, and we could double check by substituting 7 in. 5 sevenths equals 7 minus 2 is 5, 5 sevenths. Okay, so we know the 7 works. Negative 5, then this would be negative 1. Negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. Negative 7 divided by 7 is negative 1. Works too. Okay, so both of those solutions do work. Now, if we have more than one rational expression on one or both sides, then what we're going to do is we're going to multiply each side by the least common denominator and then solve. Okay. Now, the least common denominator here is going to be 3 times z minus 2. Okay, so we're going to multiply each side of the equation, okay, by 3z minus 2, since that's what the least common denominator is. Okay, and then the original equation is z minus 2 thirds, so we're going to multiply by that. Okay, and that equals 2 over z minus 2 times the least common denominator. Okay, and now we're going to want to simplify that. All right, when we simplify that, okay, we have z, okay, times 3z minus 2 over z minus 2. Okay, that's that first part. Okay, minus 2 times 3 times z minus 2 over 3 equals 2 times 3z minus 2 over z minus 2. Then we're going to divide out the common factors. Okay, so here we have a common factor. Okay, here we have a common factor, and here we have a common factor. So we're left with 3z, okay, minus 2z plus 4, okay, and then equals 6. Okay, so that's just going to be z plus 4 equals 6 minus 4, z equals 2. Now, when z is 2, let's go back to this. If z is 2, then what do our denominators look like? Okay, then we have a 0 for a denominator here and a 0 for a denominator on the other side, because 2 minus 2 is 0. We cannot have 0 as our denominator, so this would be an extraneous solution. Okay, so really there is no solution. Okay, because we can't have the denominators being 0, so we have no solution since the 2 is an extraneous solution. So that may happen sometimes. Now our last kind of real-life application, we have a starter deck for a collectible card game which has 50 cards. The deck has 17 creature cards, and we want to add creature cards to our deck until we have 50% creature cards. So we want to know how many we add. So we're going to write an equation comparing the ratio of creature cards to total cards after adding X creature cards. So if we add X creature cards to the deck, then we have X plus total cards. So these are our creature cards. Okay, and this is the total cards. And that has to equal a ratio of 50%. So 50% creature cards to the total. All right, now we need to multiply this out using the cross products property. Okay, so that would be x plus 17 equals 0.5 times x plus 50. Okay, so we have x plus 17 equals 0.5x plus 25. Then we're going to get the x's on the same side. Okay, so we have 0.5x plus 17 equals 25. Subtract 17. Okay, and we have 0.5x equals 8. Divide by 1/2, which is the same as multiplying by 2, and x will equal 16. So we have to add 16 creature cards. Okay, we can double check. 16 plus 17, okay, would be 33 out of 66, which is half. All right, please write down any questions that you have about solving rational equations, and be sure to ask them in class tomorrow. And have a great night. Thank you.